have a monkey in your pants?
Alright guys, how's it going? Monkey Spaz 5000 here with another pickup video for you. A bit of a mixed bag this evening or this morning, whenever you're watching this. And I've just noticed I've got a huge spot. Look at that fucker. But anyway, non-SNES stuff. As we know, the SNES stuff is all kept to its own little videos, and I've got one due. There's not been any videos of any reasonableness recently because I've been a bit sleepy and not had much time, and things like SNES Quest videos to take a bit of fucking about. But anyway, some pickups, like say a few different things. First of all, I picked up this bad boy. I had to get it. Zelda, covering my face there. Ocarina of Time for the 3DS. Is it complete? It's complete. It's obviously been in some sort of shop, second-hand shop at some point. I got it off Facebook game group thing, and I might actually get round to playing this game. I'm playing A Link Between Worlds just now. Not played it much recently, like I say, I've just been working and whatever too much and not really had much time, or I've been pretty tired or falling asleep at night, or you know how it is sometimes, or having to spend time with family, that sounds quite bad, but you know what I mean. Then by the time you get any me time, I'm usually ready for bed. So I had to have this game. I've got it for the N64, obviously. I've got it for have I got it for the GameCube? I've got it for the GameCube as well. And it's a game that I've never really played properly. Considering it's it's thought of as one of the best Zelda games, along with A Link to the Past. I've never played this properly. I've played it on the N64. I played it quite a bit, I think, back in the day. Or I played it, no I didn't, I tell you what, when I was at uni I played it on emulation on the PC before I even touched it on an N64. So I played it quite a little bit, not a great deal, I would say no more than 4 hours or something max. So, and the way finding time to play some games recently, I find with the 3DS it's great for the reason being I can play it in bed for an hour at night with headphones and it's not a problem. So for that, once I've completed A Link Between Worlds, I'm going to get stuck into this and finally play this bad boy, and then after that I'll have to get Majora's Mask and play that. There's so many Zelda games I've not played. Wind Waker, still not played that properly, so I'm really glad to have this game. I say got off the Game Trader Facebook page, and yeah, I will play it. I have to. My New Year's resolution, play this game. There you go. Now, second game that I picked up was a game that I mentioned in one of my previous videos, was a ZX Spectrum game that I was after. And I have to say thank you to everybody who suggested what the game might be called. I can't remember anybody's name, so it's quite a few people that gave me suggestions, and a few people said the name of the game, and they said it correct, and as soon as I googled it, I was like, that's the game. And the game in question is Express Raider for the ZX Spectrum. This was a game that I was wanting. Now, I don't know why this even sprung into my head recently, no idea, but it was a game that I played back in the day. It's good, so it's an arcade port as far as I remember, but I picked it up. It's a game that I've not seen come up for sale, like, oh, that's the thing with specky games. You can find them sometimes on eBay, the more rare games if you like, but then they might be in bundles as well, so I usually have to have a hunt and bundle sort of auctions on eBay. But this I couldn't find for shit, and it really pissed me off. I found a Spanish version, and it's not like it's going to work in this country in English, it's a Spanish version of the game. But this popped up, and it was pretty expensive for a Spectrum game. Obviously the guy knew that excuse me, it wasn't common as such, you know what I mean, it's not Dizzy or whatever, it was pretty expensive, but I had to just buy it because it was there, and I thought, right, this might not come up for sale for another God knows how many months or a year, or I might never see it for a wee while, but it was $8.99 posted. It might not sound a lot, but for a Spectrum game, it's pretty pricey. A double cassette thing is what it is, and I'll switch autofocus off, it is off, but if you see them, look at those Spectrum graphics. Aye, shite. They are not Spectrum graphics. They are something else, is what that is. They are not Spectrum graphics at all. But for all you people, look at that. Look at that sexiness right there. I'll hold it back here so it focuses, because I've got autofocus off, because with it on it flickers all the time. Secret set tape, I just belched some Iron Brew, lovely jubbly, and it's in decent nick like. Your golden opportunity to join the club. What's that? A club, look. Join the club. What? The club. Join the club. US Gold Club. Oh, hold on. Hold on. And you have to tick is your computer for the Amstrad, Atari, BBC, Commodore 64, Spectrum or others. And it costs 90 pence for an enrolment package, or it did, or £9.95 for a sweatshirt. A sweatshirt? Does anybody call them sweatshirts nowadays? I thought they were just jumpers. If you're looking for more than fun and games on your computer and would like to have more background information on companies, programmers and programs, we'd be delighted to share this with you. Through a regular newsletter, we will give you direct insight into future products and allow you a forum to exchange your views with other members. Wow. 90p. To join the US Gold Club. There you go. That'll manual doohickey, but it's no, it's not faded. I was going to say it looked a bit paley-whaley, but it's just the colour of it. But it's got a crack in the case there, but that genuinely does not bother me with Spectrum games. It's it's part and parcel of it, so it shows the age, there's a bit of character, you know it's being used, it's not supposed to be minty, because I will play it. Express Raider. Again, thank you to everybody who suggested the name of the game, much appreciated, glad to finally have this bad boy. Is there anybody else that does Spectrum video pickups? I know it alienates my audience slightly because, especially the American people, probably never even fucking heard of a Spectrum. Now the next game, there's a bit of background story behind this. Apart from the fact that my throat's dying on me, hold on. For some reason I was thinking of this game recently. And I'm going to do a gameplay of it, probably on this Spectrum and on MAME. It's one of the very, very first arcade games that I ever played when I was a kid on holiday in Spain. And it's got a bit of sticker residue on the front. But that might clean off, it might not, it might still be discoloured. But as per previous comment, it's part and parcel of Specky games, it adds a bit of character to it. But it is the arcade game, hold on, Moon Cresta. Like I say, it's an arcade game. And you basically got 3 different bits of your spaceship that you can play by themselves on different levels, and then you land them on each other and you get more shooting power and whatnot. Nice little cassette, oh that looks glorious. And no pictures apart from some black and white shit, but there you go, Moon Cresta. Never played it on the Specky, never even seen what it looks like on the Specky, but I don't know what, the arcade game popped in my head, so I was looking for Specky games and lo and behold, Mooncrest on the Specky. Glad to have that. So next things, 3 games I should say, is I also picked up from Facebook for sale page, and there's some PS1 games which I don't tend to pick up many of, because the ones that you see at car boot sales and whatever, they're fucking battered usually and they've been sitting out in the sun forever. I've got a dry throat, sorry, and the cases are fucked beyond belief, and I just spat. Boo! The cases are fucked beyond belief totally, so I don't really buy many out in car boot sales, but the guy had some for sale, and I thought, ooh, I'll have that one, ooh, I heard that one's good, and ooh, I used to have that one. So the first game, the PS1 game, PS1, PlayStation 1, whatever, it's a PlayStation Platinum game, that doesn't bother me for shit, is G-Police. Let's see if we can get rid of this glare, there you go, G-Police. I had this when I was a kid, and I think it's one of the first sort of games that I played with the analog sticks, and it's sort of futuristic helicopter game, and obviously you would use the 2 analog sticks to control your helicopter, and when I first played it I thought, fucking hell, this is brick hard. I'm used to the little D-pad, this is a nightmare to try and control, but it's actually a decent game, or I remember it being a decent game. Has it aged well? I don't know. I've genuinely not played it since then. But Platinum, it doesn't bother me for shit. I've got the game. Honestly, I'm not a hardcore. It's 2 CDs. I'm not a hardcore PlayStation collector. They will only collect non-platinum games. I'm not arsed as long as I've got the games. 2 disc. There you go. Shiny. And manual as well in good condition. So I'm glad to have that, and I will do a gameplay of that at some time. Because I really enjoyed it as a kid. I thought it was quite hard with the flying or the controls of the futuristic it's like a helicopter spaceship thing. There you go, get rid of the glare, but not quite a helicopter. G-Police, I liked it. Now the next game, I don't know where, but I've heard that this is a good game, or a bit of a hidden gem on PlayStation 1. I think I've also seen in some other videos in the past. But I've heard this game mentioned. I never played it. And the guy had this for sale. I thought, I'll buy that. I'll check it out, basically. But that game is over here. Excuse me, Apocalypse. Look at that glare. There you go. Shining off my head, shining off the case. It's fucking too shiny in this room. There you go. Apocalypse on the. We'll just ignore the glare. It's there, right? Fuck it. On the PS1. I can only assume it's a Bruce Willis film. Never seen the film in my life. It looks like a third person shooting type game. It says the most frantic, explosive, 3D engrossing environment game in the world. Really? Anyway, good condition. It's got manual, it's got a little registration card and a little. I love the PlayStation 1 discs, especially because they're black as well. I thought that was totally sexy. They need to bring back black discs on the PS3. Can they do it with Blu-ray? Bit dirty in there. I don't know, but that'd be fucking amazeballs. So Apocalypse was the other game on the PS1, and this other game that I got, one of my all-time favourite games. Not this version, but it's Lemons, or 3D Lemmings. It's called. Look, 3D Lemons. This is a heavy manual. Must be quite thick for the PlayStation 1. Now this game is one of my all-time favourite games on the Amiga. Classic gameplay, amazing music on the Amiga, and I think that's why I maybe bought this. It's got a bit of sticker residue there. Back in the day when I had a PlayStation, I remember seeing it in magazines as well, and I was like, oh my fucking god, it's Lemons, but it's 3D. That shit must be fucking amazing. But this one's a bit weird for the simple reason that I thought this was maybe reprinted or something, but no, it's the original front sleeve. But look, you can see creases in it. Somebody's folded that shit at some time. Why the fuck would you take it out and fold it? Like, just because you're practicing origami but gave up? Fuck it, I can't get it back in. I don't know. The manual is quite a beastly manual. The game disc, look at that sexy thing. It's Lemons by Psygnosis. Absolute classic, and I'll try and let you see this. But it's sort of 3D worlds, levels, and you can move the camera about, but I remember you can also sort of go into the first person view of a lemon, not control them randomly and just go, oh, I'm going to go walk over here, because that's not what lemons do. They just follow a predetermined path. So I will do a gameplay of this at some point, as well as on the Amiga, because if you don't know what Lemons is, honestly, absolutely classic. But we'll see if we can get this in shot. Okay, this shit's not easy. Beware. It's not easy. Are you going to focus? You can't. Oh, look at that focusing skills. You can sort of see sort of 3D levels. You see a 3D lemon jumping about. Whoop, focus. But I'm really happy to have that game. From memory, I don't think it's very good, or it probably hasn't aged very well at all. But it's one of those things, isn't it? When you had a game when you were a kid, whether it was good or not, your memories may be a little bit more skewed than what the game was really good. What I'm trying to say is, you maybe think it was fucking good when you were a child, but it probably sucks willies. But we'll soon see. I'm glad to have it anyway. I didn't have many PlayStation 1 games as a kid, but I had quite a pile. But I struggle to remember what games that I had, because I'd obviously just want to buy those games back. But those three, so particularly G-Police, happy to have that. 3D Lemons, I had it as a kid, as well as G-Police. Not as a kid, 17-year-old, whatever. And Apocalypse, I've heard it's really good. So, be curious to give them a shot and see what they're like. Now that's the games. The next thing I picked up was this bad boy for the PS4. Now it's a vertical stand. Now, for anybody who's got a PS4 is thinking about getting a PS4, the PS4 can in theory stand up on its side without a stand, but it's got air vents there, so this basically lifts it up slightly. I heard stories that if you've got it vertical without a stand, it can get really noisy because obviously it's heating up and the fans are working really hard and whatnot. So this lifts it up and still enables it to draw air into the bottom. Now the reason I bought this is because I've brought the PS4 back through into the bedroom because it's easier for if I want to do game captures, and it means I think I'll play it more because it's through in the bedroom rather than sitting in the living room. That might sound weird, but the wife tends to hog the telly, and if I'm rendering a video, I'll stick the PS4 on, do you know what I mean? And while it's doing it or while it's uploading, I'll play the PS4. So I've got a reasonable sized desk here. You can't really sort of see it, it's sort of here. But I've got a monitor here, I've got another monitor here, I've got my keyboard here, and I've got my Amiga here, and I've got a 14 or 15 inch Commodore monitor, CRT monitor, where the Amiga is as well. So it's quite a wee bit to fit on a desk. And the other night there, it was like 3 o'clock in the morning after I've been fucking about with cables and shit. I was trying to get the PS4 on the desk, and I was like, the fucker isn't fitting on at all. I was all over the place, so I thought, right, if I get this stand, I'll have it upright and it'll fit. But lo and behold, I managed to get it fit, and it looks alright lying horizontal. But I'd already placed the order, so I couldn't cancel it, so I may use it. I'm going to do a review of it, not an unboxing, because it'll be like, open the box and there's a stand. But I'll do a quick sort of first impressions review of this stand, give you my thoughts on it anyway for anybody else who's possibly thinking of having their PS4 upright. But I'm not going to sell it, even though I might not use it, because there might come a point in time where I want it, and actually it's pretty fucking hard to find this. People on eBay were selling it for about £30 and it's worth half that price. And I found one place that finally sold it, and I got it more or less next day delivery, so happy to have it. I will be doing a sort of overview review of it, give you my thoughts on it for anybody who's interested in that in an upcoming video. But that's me, guys. I've got SNES games galore coming out my asshole, to be perfectly honest with you. It's just because with this SNES Quest I don't go there's one, there's one, there's one, do you know what I mean? There's a bit of editing and stuff in it, so it does take a bit of time, so I've got to do that. And I've got, for Mr. Paul Bradley, Games Master Commentary, Season 1, Episode 1, coming up, as well as Bad Influence as well for Smooth NJ. I think you mentioned that very recently to me. And I've also still got Top 5 Pickups of 2013 video to do, as well as a shit ton of gameplays and whatever. But the way it is sometimes, first week back to work after Christmas, after holidays, I think it just broke me or something like that. But I've got quite a bit of spare time tomorrow, so I'm going to get cracking with quite a few videos and tonight. So if you see me wearing this for the next 10 videos, it's not because I don't change my clothes, it's because I've maybe just recorded them all in a one-er. You get me? But as always, guys, and I want to say, subscribers, where are you coming from? They're just like appearing out of magic to all the new people. I don't know what videos you've subscribed to me from or where you've come from. I know the PS4/Xbox One videos had quite a lot of views if it's from that or whatever. But welcome to the channel all the same. I embrace you, I love you all, you're all my children, or some shit like that. Another thing that I've got coming up actually, which I'm going to start tonight, is a Don't Starve gameplay on the PS4. Now it's a game that's been out on the PC and Steam for quite a while. I was generally interested in it then. I could have downloaded it illegally or whatever, but with PlayStation Plus subscription, it's one of the free games, and it's a game that's always really intrigued me, and it looks really fun and quirky. So there'll be a gameplay of that coming up as well. It might be a gameplay series depending on how long I last, but so that's something else to look forward to if that tickles your fancy. But that's me, guys. As always, thanks very much for watching. Please like the video if you like what you see. If you're one of those cunts who dislikes it, just fucking thumb down it and live your happy little life. I don't really give a shit. But comment down below, guys. Any of your comments greatly appreciated. You know I try to get back to you or reply to all your comments. It's one thing I do try and do. I'm aware I maybe don't comment on everybody else's videos, but I've explained before it's because I download them to my phone and I watch them on the toilet at work or toilet at home or in my car on my break or whatever, and it's not always easy to reply or to post comments to the videos on my phone. not as quick and easy it is to watch them anyway. So that's what I'm saying. Please like the video, please comment. If you're new, please subscribe, and I will catch you next time, guys. Thanks for watching.
Do you have a monkey in your pants?